Good morning, YouTube. Well, this morning I cooked pancakes and hash and eggs on the induction cooktop. And last night we had to put our awning away because the winds were gusts up to 20-something. So we have like leaves falling everywhere. Checked the forecast this morning and the high is 71. Yeah, it says partly sunny. Click on detail, and there you go. Thunderstorms. 15 to 20 mile an hour winds. Gusts up to 35. I don't know what we're gonna do today. Michael's editing videos, and maybe we'll walk around the park.
What have you been up to?
I've been riding on a daydream.
Heidi's a homeless person. She's had leaves in her hair. This is one of the things I wanted to talk about that I keep on neglecting. You guys need a good extension cord. Not a very long one, but you're going to find that you'll use it for all kinds of stuff. It's very windy out here, as Heidi mentioned. The other thing that we use the cord for is like we have a fan that we'll put underneath the awning with us in case the mosquitoes. That's always a thing. Or bugs or whatever, or maybe you just need a breeze, a little bit of a breeze. So just keep a cord handy. It works. I mean, if not, you got to stay really close to the camper with your cooktop.
I don't like that.
If you have gust over 35 miles an hour, your antenna needs to come down. That's just the way it is. That's what they have on their information, their little warning labels and everything. So pay attention to your wind. All right, a little bit shorter, but I'm sure still just as able. So what's the disadvantage of this? Well, you've got to put it up. I mean, you've got to extend it, and you've got to hook the pieces on the side of the RV. Since I'm back here, I might as well go ahead and dump and flush the black tank, get rid of the gray water, and go back in and edit some video for you guys. The wind is crazy out here, guys. Still a nice view out. The dog barks constantly. Well, shouldn't say that. He just barks at the kids playing. There's like 3 or 4 kids over there. Then he barks at every golf cart that goes by, which everybody's got golf carts for the most part here. And he barks at those guys over there working. Again, etiquette. There's no reason they should let their dog bark. Okay, so since we have that yapping thing over there, and they don't apparently care if it barks.
Holy cow, look how big that Sportsman is. It's going to be very spacious.
Yeah, oh, it has to be how big it is.
Yeah.
But Heidi was just talking about how the restrooms are not that far away from us. But they do say in the thing, because of COVID, try to use your self-contained unit as much as possible. So we're going to kind of walk around and maybe go around the lake, but the wind is going to kill all this footage, just to let you know. So they are
all over it.
Oh my. Anthony, that spot is theirs apparently. Just to let you know.
I'm going to take our lawn chairs and sit in the evening there.
Yeah.
But I doubt we will now.
Matt, come on. He's got a little bar there. So a lot of these are permanent, seasonal. Sorry about the wind, but we can't do nothing about it. That's why we're not doing the 360 camera, because the wind on that is really bad compared to this one. At least this one has a bit of a buffer. So this is the site we were at the last time we were here. If you guys remember.
39.
It was number 39. It was a good site. You can see though how it dropped off in the leveling, but no, we enjoyed ourselves just fine.
See this little setup here?
Oh yeah, looks like the what? This is crazy. These people.
Oh, you know what?
Oh, they have
Now
a
that I look
yeah.
at it a little bit more.
Well, look, they got a hard line for their pop-up or whatever.
Yeah,
So this is like their little campsite.
it's a pretty big one.
Yeah. Welcome to our campsite, it says. So when we first got here, we were sitting in the parking lot ready to check in. And as we were sitting there, it seemed like that all these people were essentially coming out of nowhere with their golf carts. And we didn't know where the golf carts were coming from. Well, they were coming from where we're getting ready to travel here, or walk. And it's basically around the lake. No, not this lake. This is a pond. I wouldn't consider this a lake. This is definitely a pond. I wonder what the deal is. I wonder why they can't get that cleaned up. Oh, and I was just going to swim. Just thinking about swimming.
All the lily pads.
So, yeah. There's gators in there.
Yeah. Gators in Ohio.
Now, just to let you know, if you guys don't live in this area, this is the one thing that we've gotten accustomed to over the years, and that is we do not have to worry about, it could happen, the rarity, so the rarity being incredible. I don't have to worry about a cougar coming out of the woods. I don't have to worry about being attacked by a bear. We don't have to worry about walking up on a snake. And if we do, it's going to be a grass snake. We don't have really much for poisonous snakes here. Just garden snakes. Nothing. As far as the water, a water moccasin? I doubt it. I don't think I've ever heard in this area of a water moccasin. Okay, so it could happen maybe, but we don't have to worry. I could walk all through this with my bare feet down through, and the worst thing I have to worry about is splinters and sticks and stuff. Maybe some bees, ground bees. That's about it, right?
Yeah. All you're gonna get into when you're in the lake, maybe
Well,
fish.
a fish, yeah, some kind of fish wants to nibble at you. Well, this is nice.
Yeah.
We got a little swing here. It says maximum capacity, not you, Mike.
Got big birds on it.
It says no swimming down there. So this is the lake that everybody was going around. And of course, this is a lake.
Look at all the leaves.
It'd be kind of cool. It says no, I think that says no swimming. The signs all wore out. Again, sorry about the wind, but really nothing we can do about it if it's coming across. So the nice thing about this would be, in the heat of the summer, to swim across and get on that little island. And then I would climb the tree and build a tree house. And I would live there. It's an acorn tree, Hyde.
Yeah.
Look at it, I mean, it's a full-blown regular acorn tree. I haven't seen one of these this healthy for a long time. I mean, these are decent all the way around. You're going to hear my phone beep a lot because of this high wind. We're experiencing this high wind at home also, and all of our cameras are going nuts because of the trees causing shadow movements inside the house. So we're getting all kinds of alerts at all our cameras saying that there's people inside the house walking around. Uh-oh, Heidi, we're going to watch Heidi. This could be a good one. Oh, she's making it. She made it. I'm sure my slippery shoes, I could fall. Make a good camera. And then I could say, falling down a mountainside during COVID. During an epidemic, or no, pandemic, sorry. Falling down the mountainside during a pandemic. That's it. So like I said, that's the one thing that we've gotten used to, and I know that it's not like that in a lot of the other parts of the country. I mean, I grew up in Florida, and I remember clearly my grandparents teaching me poisonous snakes, watch for gators. When my dad would take me golfing with him and I'd ride in the cart, there'd be gators all over the golf course, you know, sunning themselves. Water moccasins. We seen all that. I seen all that. But all these years I've lived in Ohio, like I said, other than bees, I could walk barefoot through this whole thing, you know, and cutting my feet. But I could walk with shorts and a t-shirt on through all of this. And the worst thing I might get on me is a deer tick or something like that. That's about it. Heidi's lived like that all her life, so wait till she starts seeing these insects in Florida. She looks that stuff up all the time. Every time she sees a spider in the house, she immediately looks it up. She wants to know what it is. Oh my, I see the ruination of this entire experience. I hate geese.
Oh yeah, I heard them this morning.
Oh man, I just hate them.
I couldn't see them. I was looking down this way, but I could hear them.
They are disgustingly stinky animals. I mean, this lake is just as much theirs, but wow, just the crap that they perpetuate. And the reason is because we're highly biased, because Heidi living down at the lake all those years, and then her mom of course still lives there, and when we go down to mow or help around the yard or whatever, or when we had family events, I mean, we literally had to go down and like rake up duck and geese poop out of the lakefront.
Whenever I was growing up, we only had ducks. There was no geese. We had lots of ducks. Not as many as geese, but we had lots of ducks. And then I don't know, somebody introduced the Canadian geese in this area. I don't know. I was reading a story somewhere. And, they multiply. I don't know how many babies they can have. 20.
Yeah.
We have a lot of them.
Oh, killdeers.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can see a broken wing one. See if they got eggs here. I doubt it's the wrong time of year.
Yeah.
Nope. They're just flying away. I don't know if you guys ever see that. Those killdeers are hilarious. When you get near their nest, that mama will walk away and have its wounded wing. It'll be like dragging its wing, or it'll be all cockeyed trying to get you to chase after it instead of find its eggs.
That's funny.
Yeah. We had a couple at the house there.
That was when we went somewhere with
Yeah.
camping, and then we came back, and
Yeah.
they did not want us to get back in our parking spot.
Yeah, there's something we need to talk about. One thing I noticed was when we camped over the years, every time we'd leave for a week, our house would get overrun with wildlife relatively quick. One time we came back and we had a whole family of groundhogs living underneath our shed.
Yeah.
One year we came back and there was, yeah, look at this duck, watch this geese poop. One year we came back and we had a couple to 3 rats living underneath our one shed. And the one year that we'd come back, like Heidi just mentioned, we had a killdeer that had laid their nest in our turnaround. And that's just a pain in the butt to try to work around, but I mean, we did. So makes me wonder what happens when our house sits empty this long, as it is right now. Because when we first moved in the house, it sat empty for 2 years, and we had insect problems. We had to call Aid Pest Control, a local one. Yeah, we had a lot of spiders, and we had some ants, and they sprayed the house, and I think they had to spray one more time. After that, we never had an issue. Every once in a while we'll get some ants that show up, but for the most part, we didn't have an issue. I just feel sorry for whoever moves in next time, because it's going to be the same thing. Now, I'll have to say that we do have people living on the other side of us where we didn't initially when we first moved in there. These must be for drainage or something. I'm going to flip you guys around. So what do you guys think these are for? They all have lids. This is obviously some sort of man-made dam that we just walked across. And I'm sure it has something to do with the fact that there's a drain here. You know what I think it is, Hyde?
Yes.
I think it is controlled drainage, potentially. So if the water starts entering there, or maybe there's another place for it to enter, they can open these pipes as needed. Like if the water's getting kind of high, they could maybe open that one and allow the water to come out those pipes. But if, well, they're all open, they're all unlocked. You're gonna get in trouble because you're touching the pipe. Don't touch the pipe. There's bees in there.
There's another, like a 2-inch pipe in there, plastic pipe.
Yeah, I think it's for drainage. I bet you it's for drainage for this dam. Wow, wonder what happens down here then. What happens if I check in and they start draining? No, I'm kidding. They flood out our RVs.
We have one like that at the lake, except it's much bigger.
I've never seen it.
I was only down there once. We were allowed to look in it.
Oh, were you?
Yeah.
Yeah, the lake that her mom lives on, there's 3 lakes. Her mom lives on the second lake. At the end of the third lake is a dam, a drain, whatever you want to call it. And I've never been back there. Oh, this is cool. This is where you put your boats in. Your kayaks. Not your real boats, your kayaks. I've never seen it done this way before. They just throw down some marine grade carpet.
Yeah.
And that's a good idea. Almost all this stuff is closed. Obviously, it makes sense for the whole COVID thing. There is a food truck down there.
Which hasn't been open all year.
Yeah.
You want to go look at the laundry?
What's in this one right here?
It's probably generally some kind of activity room.
Okay, and what's the next one? This building is really cool looking.
I think it's the same.
This looks like an old 60s office building or something, doesn't it?
See, look.
That's the way it's
Go in there,
designed.
hang out. It's nice.
Oh, it's a community center.
Yeah.
I see. Yeah, our commons activities, or activities in common areas are closed.
Yeah.
Oh, that is nice. That is very nice. Wait a minute, is that a couch in there?
When I see this,
Yeah, this
I
is
see
very,
things
very
like
nice.
this.
I don't think you guys are going to be able to see in here. I'll put you up close, see if you can see. It's kind of nice in there.
when I see things like this, it reminds me of Lock 30.
Yeah,
Because it was raining.
yeah.
And it was kind of nice that the kids could go in there and play games and things like that.
Got a
Have
little.
pool table in here.
Oh yeah, that's all
Well,
part of the
like-
community center.
Yeah. Like they have a ping pong table maybe.
Got a little camp out going on there. Like I said, we're loving this campground. And I gave the analogy. I don't think Heidi heard it. It reminds me of a crowded loop in a really nice state park.
Yes.
That's
Yep.
the camp. You know, the camper sites are kind of close, but I'll have to say that since they kept them close, they have all this open area to play around with.
There's the cabin.
Yeah. Okay, what we'll do is we'll try to maybe walk our way over there. I'm running out of energy. Not. So, this is the gate that lets you in and out. And then this is like a check-in station of some kind. Reminds me of the tower at the drag strip.
Yeah.
That's what it always reminds me of. All right, so big sign says no swimming.
There's the pool over there.
And there is a swimming
I forgot
pool
they had
over
the
there.
pool.
I think there's a putt-putt golf course over here somewhere, but because of COVID, they said you had to bring your own equipment. Meaning your own balls, your own putter. Again, if you guys didn't pick it up on our last video, the neighbor that we had that had left, he's been here for quite a few years. Anthony, howdy. We just showed his site. Those people were kind of hanging out on his site there. And he said that it cost $2,800 a year to stay here for the season. When you leave, sorry for the wind, you're allowed to leave your RV. They'll store your RV. Of course, it's outdoors, but they'll store it here for you on site. So essentially, $2,800 a year, and you can leave your RVs here. I'll have to say that everything about this place reminds me of the 60s. Everything that's built that looks like it's been here for a while. The good news is it's been taken care of, but I'm walking up on this gazebo thing over here, and it really reminds me of when I used to work at the drive-in theater out at Midway Drive-In. Everything, all the wood structures reminds me of that, and I know that was, you know, that was in the early 80s, and everything that was there was from the early 60s to mid 60s, and that's kind of what this reminds me of. So again, these things here, this was what reminds me of the drive-in theater. These lights, I think they're cool.
Oh, this is cool.
What is it? A kitchen.
Yeah,
Oh,
kitchen.
maybe they have events here and they do cooking. And then the cabins that you can rent. Yeah, I tell you what, the campground is very nice. Look at that ball field. I mean, you could have yourself a good time here. I mean, full-blown summer activities. Let's see what it looks like in this area. It's probably locked. Then again, they are open. Yeah. So this is the bathrooms and the shower houses. Cool. Let's see what that looks like. Double curtain. Very nice. That's not bad. Pretty typical, guys. Pretty typical. This is what you get at most of the parks. And the thing is even though this is old, it looks like it's kept up. It's very, very clean smelling in here. Very, very nice. It's a nice campsite. It's got full hookup too. Site number 14. Let me see. Let's see what kind of amperage we got. It's a 30 and a 50. Tell them we want to move our RV over here. This would be nice if you had kids. Let you know it's about 73 degrees, so it's not that it's cold. I do have a sweatshirt on and long pants, but this isn't a chilly breeze. Oh, the wind's better. Okay, so here is some camping areas. I don't know if this is like tent camping or is it just a place you could come and have some camping. Wonder what the deal is with these. Why is it the grass isn't all equal? It looks like that they threw them together or something. I'm not sure. Oh,
They took some trees
yeah,
out.
and
And
some
some drainage.
yeah, there's some drainage going on here too. This is all fresh where I just stepped. This is kind of what you're supposed to be doing when you go camping. Enjoying nature. Yeah, there's quite a few. It even goes up a little further. It goes into that clearing up there. Let's see what that probably brings you down to the another way down to the entrance. I don't know if you guys heard that, but there's a tree limb that just snapped off. This place is taken care of.
Yeah.
The roads are well kept. The picnic tables aren't all broken. You think that just fell off? Is that what we heard?
Well, looks like it. Look how fresh.
Yeah, I think that's what just broke off. Holy cow. Just think we should have been a little bit quicker over here. But nice picnic areas. I don't know. Oh no, these are sites. These are full-blown tent sites, guys. Or pop-up sites, or primitive sites, or whatever you want to call them. That's site number 7, and I can see there's poles every... So all these are primitive sites. Yeah, no, nothing. That's alright. I could deal with that. How about you? Want to get the tent? Come back? No more tent camping for us. And look, they got good drainage for these guys too. Look at that. Looks like everywhere there was a low spot, they put in a pipe. Again, fresh gravel. I'm telling you, they are definitely keeping this place up. This is probably, I don't know, 1,000 trails, guys. You know, you hear so many stories. You always hear negative. Oh, the 1,000 trails are all run down. This is a very nice park.
I think site 2 and 3 are pretty good.
Yeah, if you want to do primitive. Yeah. I think this is the best one. Yeah, number 2. For primitive sites, I think number 2 is the way to go. I like it. Uh-oh. Heidi's changing her vote. She's gonna run. She's pulling a Ross Perot. How old are you guys to know who Ross Perot is? I think most of us do that watch this channel. So down there, of course, is the office. You can see off in the distance. And we're swinging back around. And again, this is a heated pool. There's no doubt about it. There's no other reason that there'd be a big stack coming out of a building that looks like for heat and a big propane tank. Yep. That's definitely what it's here for. They do not fill propane here. The closest place you can get propane refilled, I think they said, is at the Pilot Flying J, which was where that McDonald's was that we tried to get our breakfast, which isn't terribly far away. It was an easy drive. You can hear the pool pump running in there. Yeah, see, this is it. When's the last time you think anybody swam? That whole COVID thing, right?
Yeah, I don't even know. I mean, I don't know if they opened it this year. Something did, only allowed so many people to swim at a time. You had to sign up for...
Yeah, swimming. Yeah, swim in shifts.
Yeah.
I'm telling you what, impressive. Overall impressive. I'm going to take some photos of this, and we're going to head back to our campsite. Again, like these posts here, just old. You could tell it's old, and it's awesome. I think it's very awesome. It's like rustic. The reason that brought the camera back on, we walked across this field. Look how big the baseball field is out there. I mean, it's just everything about this I love. And some of these sites, I told Heidi, permanent, as far as a permanent site, you know, other than sun, that one on the corner would be really nice because you have limited traffic and you have all the view that you need. So this is the dump station, and I don't think that it gets used that often, as it probably don't need to. Almost all these sites are full hookup. Yeah, this is a fish cleaning station for sure. It's got to be. It's closed, the whole COVID thing. You can see the pipe goes down then and back into the water. And let's see here. Yeah, all the sites are pretty much full hookup.
Yeah.
I don't know how to bring this to light any more than I've already talked about. I mean, just everything looks kind of old. Like this sign looks 80s to me, maybe early 90s. But I have no problem with it because it's all kept up. It's like this is like having a really nice Survivor old pickup truck that people took care of. Sure, it has some bumps and scratches on it, and you can tell it's old, but it does the job, and there's nothing wrong with it because it's perfect. Obviously, this has been removed just recently. You can see that they've been cut off, and the same on this side, and I understand 100% why. They're probably just not using these stations like they normally would because they have a lot of full hookups, and if somebody really needed to dump their tanks, they could probably tell them to go through a pull-through site and use that. I think it's cool. I love the old feel of everything, and it smells so good here. These pines smell really nice. What would you give this site as far as a rating? Now, because of the closeness of some of the sites, that knocks down the rating for me.
Out of a what? 1 to what?
10. 1 to 10. Keep it simple.
I would give it a 9.
I'm giving it a 9 also.
It's not perfect.
And the only thing keeping it from a perfect 10 is just the closeness of some of the sites, right?
Yeah.
But look at how much room they're saving by not spreading these sites out. You know, you have your area where all the campers are at, and then all the field and everything in the back is taken care of by the campground.
They could add so many more.
You know what? I almost want to give it a 10, but I just can't. I mean, because it's not perfection. And here's the thing. You know, there's always a thing. Maybe it deserves a 10. And the reason is because this is just their idea, their vision of what the campground should be. And the campground should be, okay, you have some sites. You can enjoy yourself on your sites. The sites are all together. We maintain the sites more easily because they're all together. And with that extra space that you have saved, you can enjoy all the amenities that we have out there in the field. So maybe that deserves a 10. Ask Heidi where we're going.
Going to get cigarettes.
It's actually, the store's really close. We would ride our bicycle, except a couple things. Number one, I don't have one. Yet. So I'd look kind of funny sitting on that luggage rack in the back. Number two, it's extremely windy. Really windy out there. So
if it was like a mile away, I would go by myself.
It's 3 miles. It's 3 miles.
I'm not go driving by myself.
Yeah. Number three, Heidi, you know, she don't like to ride by herself. Number four, we don't have helmets yet. That's kind of I could ride without helmet. I probably want to wear a helmet though. The other thing is would have to start carrying our pepper spray and everything for dogs. I mean, that's something that.
If I get hit by a car and they leave, how are you supposed to know if you're not with them?
Well, somebody will eventually find you in the ditch. I want to do that. So anyways, we're going to go to the store. But one of the things that we neglected to talk about in the beginning of this video was something I talked about at the end of the other video. So some of the problems that we're having with the RV. We have people occasionally ask us things like, you know, hey, I'm having this issue with my RV. Do you have that same thing? And most of the time is no. Most of the time, no, we haven't. I mean, we've always talked about it. The leak with the kitchen window, the leak with the back window. Honestly, both of those problems are fixed now that I loaded up with silicone. It's not fixed correctly. Or sealant. It's not silicone. Everybody gets all upset about that. Don't ever use silicone. Anyways, it was sealant. It's not done correctly, though. So the dealer's going to fix it correctly through Forest River, through the warranty. Even though we're outside of warranty, they said they'd take care of it. But the other thing that we're having a problem with, as I showed in the last video, is just a little bit of the roof wrinkling up on the slide here, on this main slide. Not a big deal. It's just roof maintenance. I'm sure we could do something to take care of that. But one thing that we're having a problem with, and yeah, that unfortunately we can't pinpoint, and that is sometimes out of the blue, if our black tank is completely full or our black tank has just been dumped and it's completely empty, if we have our max air fan on and we don't have enough windows open for air to be pulled from the outside, it will pull a smell out, and it is in the bedroom in a weird spot, and I don't know exactly where. I just don't know. What I'm guessing it is that it's a connection between the black tank and the black tank vent and the black tank, potentially. But it's so rare and intermittent. I just told you guys how hard it is to find, you know,
It's weird.
answers to that. We will duplicate the problem whenever we smell it. We'll close all the windows, turn on the fans and everything, and we'll get a little bit of black smell sometimes, occasionally, not all the time, from in the bedroom by the door. And I think it might be coming from underneath the door a little bit. I don't know for sure exactly where it's coming from, but if you guys are experiencing that same thing, let us know. Now, the other thing is we talked to the dealer, and they're going to try to take a look at our brakes. So if you guys have had that problem, let me know what you found out, because our brakes are all relatively new. They're all forward self-adjusting brakes. They are on Dexter torsion axles. They're not a leaf spring axle. They are in great shape. We've never burned them. We've never heated them up. You know, our trucks have always been overkill, so I've never really needed the brakes on the trailer as much as you might with a smaller vehicle. They've always been adjusted correctly. We've never had issue with it, but all of a sudden, just recently, we're getting to where it looks like in gravel, whenever I manually reach down and squeeze the controller, the front axle wants to do most of the digging, not the rear axle. And whenever we're having that front tire lock up on the right side, it's always on the front, obviously, you know, when I say front tire, out of the two axles. So we've got something going on that the electricity for the brakes, even though they're all the same, you know, it's just two wires that run back from the tongue of the trailer. They just split those two wires up and hook them all together, basically, to where all the brakes, when you turn on your brake controller, you apply electricity, they all work the same way at the same time. Right now, it doesn't seem like that they are. And there's no reason. I don't have anything that's falling apart. I don't have anything that's faulty. They're all the same age. Nothing's old. Nothing's worn. So, like I said, it just started out of the blue. I checked the wiring. Now, the one thing I didn't check is I didn't get a clamp ohm meter and put it on there and check the ohms that they're drawing, or the load, you know, how much each brake is drawing. So we just talked to the dealer and they said they'd take a look at it. So let me go, let's go uptown. One thing that we would love to do, which I don't think will be this trip, is the covered bridge tour. Apparently that's a big thing to do here. So you guys look into that. If you're in this area, do the covered bridge tour. I guess it's something to see. It's something to do. And they said it's really nice. So we're out of here. Let's go get Heidi's stuff and then come back and veg out for a while. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but this wind has been up and down all day. And the RV's moving pretty good. Heidi's taking a little siesta. Not really.
I woke up and it's like 5:30.
Yeah. It's funny, somebody said, you guys need to get a hobby. But this wind is really rough. You think, here, let's go ahead and give you an idea what this wind's really like. I'll tell you what, the neighbors took off. These guys over here took off. I don't know if it's because that storm that's coming in tonight, but wow. So far, so good with the tree limbs, but you never know. It could get bad. We might have a good video for you for once. Good for entertainment value, but not so much for us.
I'm not packing up wallets.
No, we're good. We can stay here. I mean, I'm not going to go just because of wind and a storm. They're not talking about anything crazy. The gusts are 35 miles per hour. So
I think we probably had a few of those today.
yeah, oh yeah, easily. The reason I grabbed this camera is the microphone's a little bit more sensitive, but see, the lighting's not that great. So, what we've been doing today, other than this, we went uptown, like we showed earlier. Heidi had got some ciggies, and she picked up some groceries. Nothing crazy. We have pretty decent amount of groceries for what we're doing here. And the city of Jefferson, what do you think about it?
It's definitely an old city.
It reminds us of Salem a lot, and Salem's a historic city.
Yeah.
Very quaint, very explorable. It'd be a nice place to go. And just to let you know, if it wasn't so windy today, and if it was warm out, there's only one section of road that I'd be concerned with, and I shouldn't even say concerned with, just one section of road that the speed is about 45 miles an hour going into town. Other than that, the speed through is like 25 and 35 miles an hour everywhere.
Actually, going in wouldn't be too bad. It's coming back.
Yeah, coming back for whatever reason, it's 45. On the way in, that same stretch of road, just 25. I think they're getting you warmed up for the whole city being 25. But let's let you know, bike rides aren't out of the question. It's about 3 miles. It's about a 3-mile ride. It's just shaking. The RV's shaking, and we're stabilized good, so it's really pushing it out there.
Good morning, YouTube. Today is Tuesday, and it's gonna be a nice day. We survived the wind and the rain last night. I'll turn the camera around and let you look at the lake. It's so calm. Yesterday it wasn't very calm. I already had my morning coffee, and Michael just woke up. It's a little after 9, I believe, and I've been up since like 6:30. I got a little hat on because it's chilly. So anyway, here's to Tuesday.
Well, that's a change, opening the door without it being ripped out of your hands because of the wind. I'm kind of shocked. As Heidi said already, boy, the lake got calm compared to yesterday. There was almost white caps on there because of the wind. I'm kidding. But the wind was pretty darn strong. And the funny thing is, I'm telling you, I think this campground's really taken care of, because not a single branch even came close to us at all falling. And that's not normal unless you're taking care of the trees that are around. And the reason that I say that is because when we were over in the other part of the park, I don't know what you want to call it, the kind of area that everybody kind of tent camps and plays baseball and goes swimming and shuffleboard and all that, you know, that big open field part that we showed. There was some trees back in the tent camping area that obviously they had went back and pruned the trees, taken care of the trees, except for that big one that fell down. Funny thing is Heidi and I, when the wind was real strong, I told her, I said, boy, this is like a sign. Other than when we were, you know, the tree fell when we were doing our kind of walk around to the park, or a big branch fell off. Again, in the tent camping area, when we took our trash down to this loop, it's all woods out that way, and just as we was getting close to the dumpster, a big tree fell, and we could see it falling and leaning up against another tree. Of course, like I said, that is areas that are kind of out, you know, to where they couldn't do necessarily the kind of tree care that they needed to. Everybody's stuff survived. I mean, the wind was really strong. It wasn't crazy though. our gusts were only up to like 40 miles an hour, 35, 40 miles an hour. So I'm just pulling this stuff off because I don't know if you guys know. I'm sure everybody's got leaves that fall off their tree somewhere. It'll leave. The leaf will leave a footprint. It'll leave marks on our camper and stuff like that. The old Terry camper that we had, the road cover, that fiberglass road cover that's on the front, some leaves had got on there from our tree and I didn't see them. And by the time I went out and got them pulled off, they had left little Canadian emblems everywhere. There was all kinds of leaf prints. So we're going to have to, when it gets a little bit more dry, get up on the roof, take a look at whatever leaves may be up there, and maybe get the leaf blower and take care of them. Somebody had said that, I'm not sure who it was. They said, you should get out the leaf blower and show us how it works. Well, the only way the leaf blower is going to get used is on my equipment. I'm not necessarily going to clean the lot off. That's not my job, unless they want to hire me as a work camper. Oh wow, there's a bunch of leaves in here. Like I said, there's some decent amount of wind. I'm kind of surprised that there wasn't at least a limb that had fallen down somewhere. My wheel pad things here and our wheel chocks. This kind of works as far as storage back here for us, I'll tell you. The only thing that I wish we could figure out is how to store the bikes back here safely and securely. But I just don't see it. I think we get one bike on there in that area, but we'll find a way. I think they're going to end up being inside the truck. So as far as the weather and what we're looking at here, I think the fun's over with. There's some weather people that are saying that there's a chance that you're going to start seeing a potential warm up again near the end of October. Heidi and I's trying to make some other arrangements. I mean, come on, we're seriously looking at Saturday, this Saturday coming up. There's a 50% chance of snow showers. You heard me right. At least in this area, which we're not going to be here. Snow showers? Homie, don't think so. I'm going to do whatever I can to get out of that. There's just no way. Oh, she got her little winter hat on. Now watch Heidi's face when I tell her this.
It's going to snow tomorrow?
No, it's not going to snow tomorrow. That's crazy. It's freaking snow. Why, do you think it was going to snow? No. Yes, this Saturday coming up. So today's Tuesday, Saturday. 50% chance of snow showers.
That's delightful.
Yeah, that is delightful. So this is what I suggest, and we've talked about this a little bit, but I'll run it past Heidi when she's sitting here in front of us at the camera, and let's see her reaction and what she thinks. We go back to the house after we get the RV fixed. Hopefully they can fix our axles. And we go through the garage, streamline it a little bit more, load up the truck, and you park your car. Just park it.
I'll park it in the garage.
Park it in the garage and we just leave.
That's fine.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I already talked to my mom about that.
Oh, did you?
I actually said something about my brother taking my car.
Oh.
And, well, I gotta figure out if I can sign it. I don't necessarily want to put it in somebody else's name. That's stupid. But if I can sign the title.
The only way you can do that, see, the thing is in Ohio, it used to be years ago.
If we know a notary.
If you know a notary,
right.
and even if you didn't know a notary, back in the day, you could do what they call an open title. You could go to a notary and you could sign it and have them notarize it that you signed it, and then whoever received it would fill in the buyer's information, and then they would get it notarized into their name and get their tags and everything else. Ohio started cracking down on open titles So what they wanted was you could still have it notarized out of your name, but you also had to identify the buyer, the address, their
Right.
information, their phone number, and
I'll
everything.
find out. I know a notary, so
Yeah.
I will maybe message her.
Yeah, the whole reason behind,
Let's
I don't
see.
know if you guys are following along here, but of course Heidi's wanting to sell her car. We're not going to take it to Florida with an Ohio title and try to sell it in Florida. I mean, that would, I don't
I
even know what
I
kind of
don't
obstacles
even.
we'd run around.
Well, you have to probably have it inspected and all that happy
Right.
jazz.
Well, that's if you get it licensed in Florida. But what I'm saying, as far as if somebody's to buy it,
Right.
I don't know what's involved there. I'm sure it can be done.
Yeah.
However, do we want the hassle of all that? No.
No.
It will sell in Ohio just fine, especially with winter coming up. And
Yeah.
it'll do fair. The thing is we'd have to have the ability for the title to get switched over once it's sold in Ohio. If Heidi's not here, her
Right.
name's on the title, you see the problem. So
Might not be a problem.
what we're trying to do is just release it to where somebody that she trusts, like her brother, her mom, can hold the title to the car. And if somebody decides they want to buy it, they'll go over and give them the key so they can test drive it, look at it, whatever. And then they can basically hand the title over to them whenever the cash is there, and then just wire transfer whatever the money. I don't know. Sounds like a perfect game. All right, so I think that's what our plan's going to be. And I'll tell you honestly, I didn't want to step it up that fast until I just seen actual snow showers in the forecast. That is freaking nuts. And today being cold. All right,
Yeah.
let's get to this day. I don't know what's going to happen because I thought today was Wednesday. I thought we were going to be packing up today. And I thought
one more day.
we got one whole full day there. So we'll see what happens. All right, so this is what's happening for the day. I came back in after that and decided to start editing video. And I didn't realize how long the walkthrough had been and how much other chattering Heidi did on the camera, which was incredible.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, right. So we're going to close this day out. Even though it's the beginning of the day, look, sun's still up. It's only 2 o'clock. We'll just add this to the next video. So basically, the next video that'll be coming up is us maybe doing something today yet. I don't know. Probably nothing exciting, so we'll probably skip that for you guys. And then we'll pick it up whenever we're going to head to the RV dealer. So we'll be packing up the RV, getting it prepped. Yeah, that'll be tomorrow. Today's Tuesday.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Oh yeah, Wednesday. So Wednesday evening, tomorrow we'll get it all packed up, straightened out, and make a nice gap back there, nice opening for the people at the dealer so they can replace the windows. We'll have to clean off our kitchen cabinets with the knives and everything. And yeah, we'll get that window replaced. Hopefully, more than anything, out of the windows, I hope they get them right. But more than that, man, I hope they can find whatever's going on with the axles. I mean, if they say, hey, it's going to cost you $300 for new brakes or something, the money's going to come out of my pocket so fast.
Well, we have to have it right. We have brand new tires on there.
Yeah, we literally have flat spotted one of the frickin' Goodyear, endurance tires that we just put on. So, all right. So go ahead, Hyde, close it out.
As always, we hope to see you out here.
Out here. Bye.